already done because it's close up. First thing I do is I scroll in to make the picture closer to me. And by doing that, I can see the skin better. The first thing I like to do is the eyes. Now, since you wanted to see how to change the eye color, I'll show you how to do that first. So I scroll into the eyes. I always like to make sure I'm on my brush tool with a white background before I do my actions because that's usually what it asks for. So let's go to the eye color. Over here we'll click to where it's highlighted. We'll hit the play button. It tells us what to do. Basically it tells you to use the white button and the white brush, I mean. So we make sure that's the white brush. And we go on to the change eye color layer. This one will help us define which areas we want to change. Now for this one they have blue selected for you, so when I do the edit it's going to change it to blue, as you can see here. But say I want green, I turn off the blue, turn on the green. That gives a little green tint. Or say purple. Not sure why you'd want purple eyes, but some do. And then there's brown. As you can see with brown, you can see that there's a little blue, so you're going to make sure that all of the eye is covered. The only place we make adjustments is on this black layer. Do not click on any of these to change it. So now she has brown eyes. But maybe I want her to have blue. So there's the blue. In this one, the blue is a little too much for me, so I go over to the opacity and I take that down to more of a normal blue. Her eyes are blue anyway, I just like to enhance them. So there's that. After I do this, and I'm happy with what I have, I right click and I hit flatten image. This allows me to do, and yes, I always discard hidden layers. This allows me to do more edits without messing up where I'm supposed to do. The thing I like to do with the eyes is add sparkle. I don't always change the eye color unless it's muted for some reason. So I play the sparkly eyes. It tells me what to do. There's two different things. I'll tell you what the best thing to do. You still want to have a brush, a soft brush, and the soft brush is it's going to go through this very slowly. It's going to look really bad for a second. Now, you want your soft brush, which is here, and you want a size that's smaller than the eye. You're going to first click on the twinkle black layer here, right here, and you're going to take this and you're going to go around in the blue part. What this does is lighten that a little bit. It never lightens quite enough for me, so I go to the opacity and I usually bring it up to 43%. That makes it a little brighter. Next thing we're going to do is go over to the sparkly eye layer. Make sure you're clicking on the black. And in the blue area and the iris, you're going to wipe around. As you see, that makes it a little more sparkly and a little more defined. Next thing I do is I go down to huge sparkle. That's right here. Make sure you click on the black. Oops, not too many times. On the black. And you're going to go around the edges of the eye. This brings out the line that is around the eye, more defines the eye color area. You see the black line that actually comes out there. Okay. Next I go to the whiten eye. I click on that black layer and then I whiten the whites of the eye just by wiping it on. It doesn't matter if you go over into the blue area because it doesn't show up. It just whitens the whites. So now that that's done, right click, flatten the image so I can make my next edit. My next edit is teeth whitening. I click on the teeth whitening, I hit play, And what I do first here, you'll get your different things. We're going to make the edits here on the teeth selection, but I want you to turn on the whiten, and I want you to go the take away yellows and move up your opacity to 65%. Go to the whiten and up that to 21%. Go back to the teeth selection, make sure you're clicked on the black area here. Take your soft white brush and you're going to whiten the teeth. Make sure you just go over the teeth area. And as you can see from just doing this half, you can see the difference. It doesn't look fake, it just looks like very white teeth that's been taken care of. Make sure you get any teeth that's back here. And then you're going to flatten this layer also once you're done. The next thing I do is lip smoother, or not, I'm sorry, Kiss Me Lips. It's down here. I hit play. I leave everything the way it is because I don't want her lips very dark. I just want them more defined. And you just go over the lips. Go over the lip area. And as you can see, this just makes a subtle change. Now, if I wanted a more unsubtle change, I would go to the rose color, go the opacity, and I can bring that up. And as you can see, it makes it completely different. It also allows me to see any places that I missed. And as you can see, I just made a mistake. And you can see I missed around here. I do not like the dark on her, so I will not do that. I'll bring it down to about there. I can also add some pink instead of the red. And on the pink, if I bring up the opacity, you can see the difference in the color. Only do the swiping on the lips to make the color in this black layer, not in these layers. So I'm going to bring that down because I don't really like that dark on her, as I said. And I don't like the red on her. So there. That's about all that I do with that. Now I scroll out a little bit so I can see most of her face. And from here, I'm going to flatten this image again because I'm going to do one more. And that is perfectly smooth skin. So I'm going to click on that action and I'm going to run that action. And when it comes up, it's going to tell me to use the soft white brush to paint over the skin. This one takes a little longer to do because it's going to go through a surface blur for the underlayer. And while that's doing that, let me explain what these are. If you look right here where it says perfect smoothness, you'll see a picture copy, and then you'll see this here. This is a layer mask, and when it's black, it hides all. So anything that's being done to the photo is hidden until you take the soft white brush and wipe away the black so you can see the actual edits. So if it's a surface blur, which this will be, it will not show any blur on anything except for what you wipe with the white brush. And this takes a little bit of time, so while we're doing that, I'll go over this. On these, you will see that they are adjustment layers. This one's light, this one's depth, this one's brightness. You'll see that it has a white mask. The white mask means it shows all. So anything that you do, anything that's on these adjustment layers will show, unless you take a soft black brush and wipe it away. So say it lightens her hair a little too much. I can take a black brush, click in this white area right here where it says light or in brightness, and I can wipe it over her hair and it will take away that adjustment from that area. And like I said, this perfectly smooth skin action takes a little longer because there's a lot being done, which you'll see when we're done. When we go to it, we're only going to make adjustments on this perfectly smooth layer in the black with a white brush. We're going to change the opacity on it. You can make it more to where there's more of a blur, or less for less of a blur. On hers, I like less of a blur because she likes her freckles and she likes the moles that she has, and she doesn't want her dimples to be too muted. So I tone it down a little bit to where it doesn't take it away, but I'll show you how both works. So now we're ready. It's going to tell us to use the white brush to do it, a black brush to undo. We already have our white brush. I'm going to make it a little bigger so I can do larger areas at a time. And at what it has right now, if you look, the biggest change, if you see me wiping over it, you can see the change in her forehead. Okay? And there's quite a bit of difference for her forehead, if you can see that. If I go over to the opacity and bring it up all the way, you can see that it's very blurred out. On her, I like about a 28 to 30% because it blurs out the pores and the surface areas, but it doesn't blur out the things that she likes, like the freckles. And you just wipe it over everything. Do not go inside the eye or on the eyelashes. You can go up onto here. Do not go on the eyebrow. And you just wipe it on until you get the effect that you want. As you can see, don't go over the black areas of the nose. We want those to stay pretty sharp. Unless there's a blemish there that you want to blur out, then you can do that. And as you can see, it's taking away quite a bit of the surface imperfections, but it is leaving all of the natural things that she likes, like the freckles and the moles and her dimples. So it just kind of looks natural. Don't forget to do the neck, because otherwise you will have a textured neck and a smooth face, and we women do not like that. So it just smooths out everything. Alright, so now that we've done all of that, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and then I'm going to flatten the image. I discard all hidden layers. I don't need the hidden layers. And as you can see, the picture looks a lot different than it did before, but not so much that it looks unbelievable. Now, if you want to put this on the web, there is a Resize for Web 850. It makes it smaller. So you would click Resize for Web, click that Run button, and if you look here, I'm at, let's see here, I'm trying to take it up to 100% here. That's 100%. That's as far as they can zoom in on the web when you post this. Excuse me. So it's a very high quality, but it's not going to be huge that it can't post to the web properly. It has no problems with what it looks like or anything. So that's how you do a basic person edit, and I hope you understood it.